All right, hello students. Once again, this is Mr. Barr and I have a violin bow in my hand. I'd just like to give you some ground rules about your violin bow. Each time that you play with your violin, we should tighten the bow up a little bit. So I usually just give it 1 or 2 turns with this screw at the end. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. When we play, we want to tighten the bow, but notice that the stick of my bow, it still has a bend, that the stick points down or bends down toward the hair. If I tighten it too much, the bow will start to bend up, and that's a no-no. We don't want to ever put that much stress on the bow hair. So just a little bit tighter so that it's not loose when we go to play it. Now then, one more ground rule about the bow is that we don't ever want to put our fingers on the hair of the violin bow. We should hold it by the stick, or this part here called the frog, when we're moving the bow around or transferring it, so that we keep that bow safe. The oil from our skin can actually damage that bow hair, so we want to keep our hands off of that. Now, boys and girls, I'm going to show you an example of how to form your bow grip for the violin. And I've got my thumb placed right away. This is the thumb of my right hand. I use the tip of my thumb and I place it up underneath the stick. In between this end of a grip and the corner of the frog, I put it right there. Careful not to put it into that crease of the frog. That's not what it's designed for. We want to put our thumb right in front of the frog, just on the tip of our thumb. And my thumb has a little curve in it, you can notice from this angle. Okay. I'm going to lay over my second finger, my middle finger lays over the top, and my ring finger lays over the top. Make a little hook with the pointer finger of my bow grip. So my right hand, my pointer finger, make a little hook onto the grip, and my pinky just taps the tip of the pinky on top of the stick next door. If I formed it all correctly, I should see a little tunnel underneath of my hand in here where I could put my finger through there. Hello. And make sure that our thumb is curved. Sometimes you'll notice that your thumb wants to squish up there. Usually maybe we're squeezing a little bit, but let's readjust that thumb so we're using the tip of our thumb, and it has kind of a smiley face curve under it. Alright, so when you go to use your bow, let's start with open strings on your bow, and some tips for you as you use your bow. First of all, bow should always go in the middle of this gap. We want to start right there in the middle. That's kind of the sweet spot of the string. It'll sound best here. If the bow travels near the bridge or out over the fingerboard, it doesn't make as nice of a sound. So in order to make a nice sound, keep that right in the middle. When I keep the bow speed consistent, so not slow, not super fast, but just kind of a moderate speed with that bow traveling right in the middle. And please, boys and girls, don't press down into the violin with your bow. You don't need to press it, just let it sit on top. Pull it straight. Work on doing that with just your open strings, your A and your D especially. And then as you get it better at it, maybe you could add it to your hot cross buns. Good luck with that, boys and girls. Let me know what questions you have. I'm looking forward to seeing you at your next lesson.